I'm now doing a Class B air brake test. The motor's running. I have a full tank of air. If you want to start your test with a full tank of air, I will then turn the motor off, but then I will turn the key back to the on position so I have electrical power for when I do the low air warning test. First test that I'm going to do is the static brake test. The static brake test, with the motor off and the key on, I'm going to release the parking brake. Once my air has stabilized, looks like it's stabilized around 105. I'm going to time it for 1 minute, and I can't lose more than 2 pounds of pressure. After that minute, I'll check my air gauge and see that it's still reading approximately 105, so I haven't lost any, and I could have lost up to 2 pounds. Next test is the applied brake test with at least 90 pounds of pressure. I will apply the brakes, wait till it stabilizes. I will hold it for 1 minute. Looks like we have stabilized around 95 pounds. And I will hold this brake for 1 minute, and I can't lose more than 3 pounds. After that minute, I will check and see where my gauges are. And it looks like we're probably going to still be at around 95 pounds, so I haven't lost any air, and I could have lost up to 3 pounds, and it would have passed. Next test is the low air warning test. That's the reason we have the key to the on position, so we have electrical power, because the low air warning will not sound unless you have electrical power. I will pump the brakes down, and that should get the low air warning between 60 and 75. And the low air warning came on at 65. Now I will pump the brakes down until my gauge gets down between 20 and 45, and the parking brake should set. So pump it down again. I can't turn the key off, so the buzzer will no longer sound. And at 20 pounds, my parking brake's set. I can tell that I'm out of air. So to do the next test, I'll have to start the truck and build up my air, and this is where I'll check my air governor and air compressor. With the clutch depressed, vehicle in neutral, I will start the truck. When the needle on the air gauge gets between 85, just at 85, I'm going to time it from 85 pounds to 100 pounds. From 85 pounds to 100 pounds, and it has to be there within 45 seconds or less. So we'll go ahead and let the air build. We're at 65 pounds, and the low air warning buzzer has quit buzzing. Now I'm going to wait till the needle gets to 85 pounds, and I'll start my stopwatch. I'll stop my stopwatch when the gauge gets to 100 pounds. This test is It's called the governor cut-in, cut-out test. It's a two-part test. Just passed 80 pounds. It's coming up on 85. Now at 85 pounds, I'm starting my stopwatch. And I will stop my stopwatch as soon as it gets to 100 pounds. That's the governor cut-in part of the test. The governor cut-out test, this is when we let the truck go ahead and max out on air and see what poundage it goes out at. This truck needs to go out between 100 and 135 pounds. Now at 100 pounds, we got there in 26 seconds, so we're well in tolerance. It had to go out between, it had to be from 85 to 100 within 45 seconds. Now I'm going to let the air max out. I don't have to time that. I'm just going to see what poundage it goes out at. We're about coming up on 115. And it went out about 118, 120, right in there. So we're well in tolerance on the governor cut in and cut out. The next test is the parking brake test. This test we're going to, with the parking brake popped out earlier. We're now going to pull forward, test the parking brake to make sure that it will hold. Parking brake held us. I will now release the parking brake, pushing it in, and I'm going to pull forward with my hands off the wheel and apply the brakes. I would pull forward about 5 miles an hour. I have my hands above the wheel here, not touching it. And what we're going to do is check to make sure the service brake, your foot brake down there, will stop you, is working properly, and the steering wheel doesn't move more than 10%. Service brake worked, steering wheel didn't move at all. It can't move more than 10%, 2 inches on a 20-inch wheel. And that is your air brake test.